Incoming transmission.
Welcome, watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion. It's the 14th of November, and I've got a bit of a specky classic for you. Have a look at this one. Yes, Skool Daze, the Specky's answer to Grange Hill, because the Spectrum version of Grange Hill sucked donkey arse, to put it quite politely. This game's great fun. I love this, and the fact you can actually rename all the characters, which I have already done, but I've removed that section because it would have been a bit boring. So the premise of this is basically you have to run around the school and you have to activate all those shields that you can see on the wall. What that does is basically unlocks the safe in the headmaster's room, and you can go and steal your school report. Now, let's have a look at the interface. Well, in the bottom left, you've got the Skool Daze graphic there. In the middle, it shows you what period of the school you're in. So at the moment, we're in playtime. You've got your score, how many lines you've got, and obviously the high score as well. So that's basically it. Now, you've got a selection of things you can do in the game. You can hit people with your catapult, which you can see here, which is a simple press of the fire button and the direction you want to shoot it in. And you can see I'm trying to... there you go, I've managed to hit the headmaster square on the head. So the way you get the shields is you need to knock over a teacher, and then you can bounce the catapult shots off their heads and bounce them up onto the shields. I'll see if I can do it for you here. There you go, and we get that nice looking sort of loading screen thing. Now you can place the blame squarely on other kids as well. The generic names, obviously, I've changed because they were dull and boring. So, yeah, he's just given me 2,000 lines, which is really, really unfair, because I didn't get caught, actually, then. I'm not quite sure what that was about. But we've renamed that guy Elvis down there at the bottom, because, well, he just looks like Elvis. Okay, we've got Bazza H up there, strutting around at the top of the screen, one of the bigger kids. And obviously I've renamed my character Rich because that's who I am. So there you go. And Einstein, who's running up the stairs now, has been renamed to Fart Machine. It just adds to the humour of putting your own character names in, especially when they get told off. And you can see now we need to go to the map room with a lesson with Elvis. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? So this game's good fun. It is fun. The problem is sometimes with these lessons there's not enough chairs for the students to sit in. So you're going to see in a minute I'm going to get knocked off this chair because it's the nature of the beast. Now, I haven't played this game for many years, but you just don't forget these things. Now, apart from your catapult, you have other actions you can do. You can actually punch students. So you can actually punch the little guys, and then you can jump on them and jump up to reach the shields as well. So you don't necessarily have to bang them off the teachers' heads. You can knock over the little kids, jump on them, and then proceed to jump up and down on their unconscious bodies. I love the thought processes with this game. I think it's great. Oh, see, I've just got lines for sitting on the floor for no fault of my own. Oh, there's another 800 lines for sitting on the floor. I mean, this is a harsh school. It really is. You can see there that I've just... There you go, Bazza H, have 800 lines, matey. But yeah, you can see if I knock someone off the front of the chair, they'll go back to the back of the room and they will subsequently knock the guy off the end chair. He will then come down the next one and next one and next one and so on and so forth. So I'm going to get more lines because I'm on the floor. There you go, 800 lines for sitting on the floor. It's a bit of an unfair system in a way, because if you get, so I've got 3,800 lines. If I get 10,000 lines, then basically I get expelled, and the headmaster chases you around like a complete twazzock until he catches hold of you. Now, there are other things as well. Sometimes you get one of the kids walks up to you and says that one of the other kids has got some sort of measles or something, and if you get caught with that, then you get sent home. Game over. You can write on the blackboards, which adds to the humour of everything. There you go. Donny Dead. Yes, or Danny Dead, sorry. I name them and I can't even get them right. So we're going to the library now for revision, and I've just hit another one of the shields, and they stay flashing once you've hit them, which is really quite easy, so that's nice. But what a fun game. I mean, this is the stuff you always wanted to do at school and get away with that you really couldn't. So now you get the opportunity to do it through Skool Daze. I can see it's fairly good scrolling, I suppose. It's not that smooth. It's a bit jaggedy, but you've got to understand as well that this was a 48K game. This was not on a 128. This was on a 48 humble 48K Spectrum. Now, this teacher here is called Mr. Specky T. Watt. There you go. Fart Machine has just got lines for... Oh, look, I've just got 300 lines because I'm on the floor. Now, my line count now is 5,000. Which is a little excessive, really, isn't it? Now, the teachers do talk to you, as in sort of little lessons and that. I mean, it can take a bit of time for that to actually do it. But the fun for me is getting the other kids in trouble. And the way you do that is you hit them with the catapult, and then you can... You see, I think Bazza H. There you go, 200 lines for Bazza H. He's, by the way, Bazza H is another YouTuber, just so you know. But yeah, you can knock them down, and you can get the other kids into trouble. You can write on the blackboard. The one thing you've got to watch out for is Einstein, aka Fart Machine, does tell tales on you a lot of the time. So you've got to be careful of him. You can sort of get up and punch him. You've got to be careful you don't get caught doing that, because Sir, I cannot tell a lie is one of the things that you're going to hear a lot of in this game. Now, there's not that much to speak of in the sound department, apart from a really shrill noise when you get lines, and I mean really shrill. If you've played this game before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's almost like the Spectrum screaming at you because you've got lines. That's the best way I can sort of describe it. But there you can see I've got 5,400 lines, which obviously is going to take a while. So I've got to be careful how many lines I get now. You can see I've got various shields flashing around. I have to activate all of them in order to complete the game, which I'm not going to do because I think I've only ever completed this game once. But it's a bit of a laugh, to be quite honest with you, and it's one of those games I think you quite enjoy. This is what Grange Hill should have been. I firmly believe that. Grange Hill on the Spectrum is probably going to be a future Dungeon of Drax entry because it really is that bad. This is quite a neat little game. I quite like. There you go, Coffin Dodger in the White Room. Coffin Dodger because, well, let's face it, he's not getting any younger. So yes, the entertainment of renaming all the characters in game is brilliant. I actually enjoy that, and they must have known what people were going to do. I mean, I've kept it clean, apart from Mr. T. Watt, but we've kept it as clean as possible. But a lot of people didn't at the time, you know. So it's fun to sort of see them telling off people with the names that you give them. That's another 400 lines. I'm going to speed on a little bit here. I was going to do a massive playthrough on this, but it would have been a bit boring, so I've sort of skipped ahead a little bit here. See, I'm not a kangaroo, so I was jumping up and down, and I got lines for jumping up and down. There you go. I've just been told off. I'm being told on for writing on the blackboard, and I never did it. And I've just got lines, and now you can see here my line count is now over 10,000. So in a minute you're going to get Mr. Caneface coming over, and he's going to expel me from school. So that's basically game over for me. But that's been Skool Daze on the ZX Spectrum. I've been Rich, this has been the Retro Revival Show, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in, I do very much appreciate it. And remember to like, share and subscribe. I will be back later on in the week for a brand new review. Take care everybody, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.